The Gospel of Nicodemus, formerly called the Acts of Pontius Pilate. Chapter 16. Christ's arrival at hell's gates, the confusion thereupon, he descends into hell. And while Satan and the prince of hell were discoursing thus to each other, on a sudden there was a voice as of thunder, and the rushing of winds, saying, Lift up your gates, O ye princes, and be ye lift up, O everlasting gates, and the King of glory shall come in. When the prince of hell heard this, he said to Satan, Depart from me, and be gone out of my habitations. If thou art a powerful warrior, fight with the King of glory. But what hast thou to do with him? And he cast him forth from his habitations. And the prince said to his impious officers, Shut the brass gates of cruelty, and make them fast with iron bars, and fight courageously, lest we be taken captives. But when all the company of the saints heard this, they spake with a loud voice of anger to the prince of hell, Open thy gates, that the King of glory may come in. And the divine prophet David cried out, saying, Did not I, when on earth, truly prophesy and say, Oh, that men would praise the Lord for his goodness, and for his wonderful works to the children of men. For he hath broken the gates of brass, and cut the bars of iron in sunder. He hath taken them because of their iniquity, and because of their unrighteousness they are afflicted. After this another prophet, namely holy Isaiah, spake in like manner to all the saints. Did not I rightly prophesy to you when I was alive on earth? The dead men shall live, and they shall rise again who are in their graves, and they shall rejoice who are in the earth. For the dew which is from the Lord shall bring deliverance to them. And I said in another place, O grave, where is thy victory? O death, where is thy sting? And when all the saints heard these things spoken by Isaiah, they said to the prince of hell, Open now thy gates, and take away thine iron bars, for thou wilt now be bound, and have no power. Then was there a great voice, as of the sound of thunder, saying, Lift up your gates, O princes, and be ye lifted up, ye gates of hell, and the King of glory will enter in. The prince of hell, perceiving the same voice repeated, cried out, as though he had been ignorant, Who is that King of glory? David replied to the prince of hell, and said, I understand the words of that voice, because I spake them in his spirit. And now, as I have before said, I say unto thee, the Lord strong and powerful, the Lord mighty in battle, he is the King of glory, and he is the Lord in heaven and in earth. He hath looked down to hear the groans of the prisoners, and to set loose those that are appointed to death. And now, thou filthy and stinking prince of hell, open thy gates, that the King of glory may enter in, for he is the Lord of heaven and earth. While David was saying this, the mighty Lord appeared in the form of a man, and enlightened those places which had ever before been in darkness, and broke asunder the fetters which before could not be broken, and with his invincible power visited those who sate in the deep darkness by iniquity, and the shadow of death by sin.